Hello there and welcome to the Bearded Peacock. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United and Leeds fans. We're reviewing the 1-0 defeat away at the Stadium Light. Sunderland beat Leeds United 1-0 on Tuesday evening. I would have done this late after the game, but I was not in the mood at all to be speaking about that game. Very, very disappointed in that result, in that performance as well. We'll unpack it here right now because I thought, well, after the game, it's a day, well, nearly a day after now, isn't it? Like to dissect it and have a look and see why things went as they did last night. It was poor. So initially we started with just with one change. I predicted it, I think, in the preview that Jed Spence had come in for the injured Sam Byram, and that was the only change. So you had Melier in goal, Spence on the left, Rodon Strauch in the middle, Archie Gray at right back, Ampadu and Kamara in the middles, Crysencio Somerville on the left, Yo Perot at number 10, Dan James on the right, and Jorginho Ruta up front. And it's the games that I actually didn't think we started too badly. To be fair, Crysencio testing their goalkeepers at Patterson from a free kick, but it was relatively comfortable. But that was really as close as Leeds United got. I felt like it was a real boring game, to be fair. We had a lot of possession. This is throughout the whole game as well. We had a lot of possession throughout the piece, but didn't do anything with it really. I mean, there was plenty of time, particularly in the first half, when we speak about the first half, just passing it around. I mean, Jed Spence and Crysencio Somerville, some okay link up between the two of them as the first half went on. But we just couldn't get through Sunderland. And fair play to Sunderland, they were organised, they were disciplined in the defending, they were very rigid in terms of formation, and then broke quickly when they could through the likes of Jack Clark, who was good on the night. Really, you have to say. Um, excuse me. So past like sort of 20 minutes, I think this is now where Sunderland's starting to really take a little bit of control. Jack Clark had Archie Gray, sorry, on toast all night. He really struggled. He got a booking sort of midway through the first half. I was convinced, if Archie Gray stayed on, we'd finish the game with 10 men. It wasn't to be. Archie seemed to shore himself up a little bit in the second half, but a lot of the play seemed to go down the other side. To be fair, in that second half of Sunderland, so that wasn't really a problem for him in the end. But he wasn't having a good first half at all. Jack Clark, I felt, played pretty well. Obviously, their star man was their outlet for any sort of attacking play. And, obviously Archie gets a yellow card, and this comes the first chance where I don't know how the heck they haven't scored from this. I think Joe Rodon gets in a bit of a mess. I thought Rodon, incidentally, were probably his worst game in a Leeds shirt, to be fair. Um, Poor, and he heads it, and Melier gets in the way, and then Strout makes a really nice block out for a corner, and from that resulting corner, Melier saves us with that really, really, really good save. To be fair, it's going in the net, isn't it? It's a deflected header. Um, it's a great save that kept us at 0-0, and we weren't. We just looked tired, didn't they? Overall, I think in the first half, obviously, as the game wore on, we were tired. I mean, no attacking prowess, no sort of passing, high energy passing, movement. It was all played sort of in front of Sunderland, really, wasn't it? There was no runs in behind it. It was very placid, very poor, really, overall, wasn't it? It was a poor display from Leeds. They do look tired, and I think Daniel Farke needs to take the blame for this as well. Maybe rotate your squad a little bit, Daniel. You were doing it earlier on in the season, and it seemed not really reasonable to do it. I understand we've won three on the bounce, and you want to keep the same team mostly and cohesion, but some of the guys they look tired. I mean, we got to half time, and you've got to say Sunderland probably had the better of the play. I think Sunderland started a lot better in the second half as well, and we just couldn't get any sort of play going. Dan James, Perot and Jorginho Ruta were just ghosts, man. They were not good, especially Perot, who had another poor game, didn't he? Barely anything from him. He was in and out the game, but when he was in the game, he was poor. Nothing was coming off. Nothing was coming off. Crysencio and Jed Spence again. A couple of nice links up between the two of them, but it came to nothing. And Sunderland got men behind the ball blocks in. A lot of our shots were straight down the keeper's throat, weren't they, as well? And Sunderland weren't really doing much either. They were very, it was a counter attack game for them, wasn't it? And it worked a treat if you like, because they won the game. But I thought Roberts for them when he come on, he injected a little bit of something else for them. Um, and I think Daniel Farke made the substitutions way too late. You've got to be proactive. You can't be passive, and Leeds United were passive. Passive in this game. There was no urgency, no real kind of plan B, if you like, from Leeds. Once plan A didn't work, it you need to switch it up and start playing a different way. And he didn't. He waited way too long for the subs. It was still 0-0 just, wasn't it? Before, as the subs were made, Willie Gnonto and Anthony coming on. And then Sunderland scored at the Job Bellingham, and Job hadn't been in the game at all, really, you've got to say. But he took his chance. He took a gamble when maybe others might not have done. If he doesn't take a gamble there, Melier collects it, doesn't it? And doesn't he? And there's no danger. But he took a gamble. I think Leeds were trying to play him offside. Archie Gray didn't get the memo clearly. He had a poor night, like I said. Playing him on, and Job just gets to the ball, takes a chance with Melier coming out at him, and heads it in the net. And I knew from that minute onwards we were not going to get anything out of that game. It had 1-0 to somebody written all over it. We'd have been lucky to get away from there with a win. And with anything really, at a pinch I might say a draw might have been fair, but for me, I think Sunderland probably just edged it and probably deserved to take the points. And we've got to be better. We don't seem to like playing away at teams that play in white and red, do we? Now it's lost at Southampton, lost at Stoke, now lost at Sunderland. Obviously, Rotherham playing in red and white as well, and we struggled there. We really need to start to take something from these games, because we're 10 points behind now. And fair play to Ipswich Town, because they just keep rolling on, and they got another win last night, and it's 10 points. They're top of the league as of recording. And you've got to say you're kind of hoping that Leicester drop points tonight, because otherwise, as it stands, we're 8 points away from them. But if they win, it's 10 points away from Ipswich in second. Coventry to come on the weekend back at home, which is a delight really, and a game that hopefully the lads will put right what happened last night, because we weren't good enough. Um, like I said, especially up front, nothing was really sticking. Jorginho Ruter and Yo Perot had really poor games for me. Dan James as well, just not on it at all. At least Chris Somerville was trying to make things happen, but the other lads were just poor. Kamara again, Ampadu, not good. I mean, Ampadu, for me, these lads have played a lot of football over the last few months, and international games as well. Ampadu and Kamara, and maybe it's time to just give one of them a rest. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe Coventry at home is a good time to do that, possibly. You know, you know, who knows? But let me know your thoughts in the comments of that game. Really disappointed. I was really disappointed with it last night. Very frustrated, and you know, we've got to go again. We've got to keep our heads up, and keep believing that we can still get the automatics. Um, you never do know, but we've got to be a lot better than we were last night. And Sunderland, organised, pick the moments to go forward, and ultimately, probably, like I said, probably deserved the win overall. Let me know your thoughts in the comments there below. Thanks very much for watching. Disappointing one last night. Let's go again against Coventry and put it right. Thanks a lot for watching. Marching on together. I'll see you or the next one.